let's figure this out. Let's get some people in the facility instead of being taken away from the facility. Let's get that interested in the best of the Dallas Cowboys, shall we? But I'm not going to continue to beat up on the team, guys. I'm not a Cowboy hater. I'm a fan. But as I mentioned before, I'm a realist, man. I'm going to keep it real on this podcast. If there's issues that I see in hand that I feel like need to be addressed, I'm going to address them. Because if you turn on ESPN, everybody just, they're going to stroke the team. Shout out to Ed Warner, man. I hate he got fired from ESPN. That's heartbreaking. One of the best people ever to cover the Dallas Cowboys, in my personal opinion. Thought it was amazing. Sad to see him go. But another person I want to thank, especially God for, and all of Dallas Cowboy Nation, is McClay and the scout team. Because they have turned this organization around for, I believe, the better. I like the youth movement that they have going on in Dallas at this time. Last year, rookies, guys, we'll probably never see a rookie class like that again. Brown, Zeke, and Mr. Dak. Never going to see a rookie class like that again. Them guys were amazing. Then one of the rookies, Jalen Smith, who we're going to get to see this year, was also a rookie from that draft class. And so far, so good of what I've been seeing on tape and what I've been hearing. I'm extremely excited. Cannot wait to see that guy on the field. He's a freaking animal. If he can look like a third of what he looked like in college. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, guys, we're going to be all right. We are going to be all right at that linebacker position. But let's go over some of the rookies from this year. Taco Charlton, was it a fan? Was it a fan of the draft? I understood why they took him, because we needed a defensive end. And lo and behold, with all the suspensions we got at defensive ends, thank God they drafted one. But to me, he's a little slim. That's what I thought coming out of Michigan. I only saw one good game from Taco, and that was the Ohio State game. All the other games he didn't really jump off the tape. I watched a ton of film on every single rookie that was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, and Taco just didn't look like a first-round pick to me. More like a third-rounder. I'm hoping I'm proven wrong, because we absolutely need him. Rob Marinelli, after that first game, was not pleased. But it's just a Hall of Fame game. He didn't have that many snaps. And he's a rookie. So, let's hope he progresses throughout the season, because we're definitely going to need him. A Woozy beast. I like him better at the safety position. I do think he's going to be okay at corner. Kind of reminds me of Barber, which is perfect for Marinelli. Kind of small, stout, physical DB. I think that's exactly what Awuzie is. Looking forward to him. Jordan Lewis, I thought, was the best slot corner coming out the draft. I thought it was a steal for the Dallas Cowboys. He only slipped because of that domestic violence situation. If it wasn't for that, I do believe he would have been a first, late second round pick at best. So to pick him up where we did, to me, is an absolute steal. I am ecstatic about Ryan Switzer. I cannot wait to see this kid in the preseason as well. Another perfect situation. They were going to cut Lucky Whitehead regardless. But now, Lucky's out the picture. Ryan gets a little more snaps at special teams, at the slot receiver, to go next to Cole Beasley. Will be out there running the New England Patriots style offense. I'm not saying that the New England Patriots. Stop it before you guys jump off the gun, get a little crazy on me. They're not the Patriots. I'm just saying they're Patriot-ish. Patriot-like. But we're going to see. I got to see what Dakota is going to bring this year too. But I think one of the sleepers of the draft is Xavier Woods, the safety out of Louisiana Tech. Don't misquote me if I'm wrong. Don't have it in front of me. Or Louisiana State. Just from the film that I watched, it seemed like all the kid does is makes plays. point blank period, jumps off the film. A lot of Cowboy scouts was high on him, so I'm a little excited about him as well. One of the top storylines, overall is how is our team going to improve year 2? We're coming off a very historical season with the 2 rookies just lighting up the league. We went 13-3. Tough loss to the Green Bay Packers. Was it a catch? Yes, it was a catch. He caught it. It's heartbreaking that 2 years in a row we lose to freaking Green Bay off a catch. Like I'm starting to get a little sick of this. Dez, was that a catch? I thought it was. Refs say no. Then we get ate up by the tight end. That was a thing of beauty. Cowboy fan or not, that was amazing. You got to give that tight end and Aaron Rodgers his props. That was a hell of a play. Killed us. Nevertheless, a hell of a play. But I'm curious to see what this O-line is going to be. Of course, there's never going to be a question about Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, and Smith at the left tackle. Tyron Smith is probably one of the best offensive linemen, if not the best offensive lineman in the game. I'm curious about this guard position. Cooper, I know, is a first-round pick for the Browns, but it's the Browns, It's going to be Ronald Leary stepped up. Now, Collins slide over there to right tackle. To me, Doug Free was the weakest spot on the team offensively. So any type of upgrade over Doug Free is an upgrade. And Lyle is absolutely an animal. I thought he was better suited at the guard position. But he's athletic enough to slide out there to that right tackle. And doing a Hall of Fame game, granted it may have been against backups, nevertheless, I really, really love what I saw out of Lyle. Now, my biggest concern, and I'm sure it's everybody's biggest concern, is that damn secondary. Guys, we lost our entire secondary in the offseason. All of them. They walked out the door. Carr, gone. Church, gone. Wilcox, he couldn't cover. Hard hitter, gone. Claiborne, say what you want about Claiborne. That last year, Claiborne looked legit. And he was a top 25 draft pick. Just very injury plagued. It kind of derailed some of his career. But he was coming along as a very, very solid corner. Gone. So now we have a brand new secondary. I know Byron Jones is a very smart guy. Small. But nevertheless a ball hawk. Brian Borders, one of the old scouts for the Dallas Cowboys that now writes for DallasCowboys.com, came out and saying he was probably the best on the defense that we've seen so far during training camp. So I'm a little excited about him as well, and I think you guys should be as well. But now, yeah, I know the secondary wasn't that great last year, but they were starters, and we lost every single one of the starters. Then we're going to replace them with rookies. I know we got Scandrick and Carroll. Carroll really didn't jump off the film to me. I saw him get toasted a lot in Philly, so I wasn't too happy with that pick. I like his physicality. I do like the fact that he's going to be Rod Marinelli, so he's going to coach him up, and maybe he'll have a better season than he did last year in Philly. But man, with all our defensive ends going off of suspension, now I know we're getting Charles Tapper back. That's a huge upgrade. Huge. And then, of course, you got Jalen Smith out there manning the linebacker core. That's going to help us out some as well. But I don't know if he's going to be available immediately. They're still talking about working him in very slowly to the mix. But this secondary, man, we got diced by Blaine Gabbert. And guys, those were starters in the secondary. Byron Smith, Jones was back there. Jeff Heath, who I do not like Heath. I know you guys are high off that Green Bay game, but I saw Heath throughout his career just get toasted after toast after freaking cinnamon toast. Smoked. Continues to miss tackles. But that's our starting safety. There's nothing we can do about it. But they was out there doing a Hall of Fame game, getting 8 alive. I'm just hoping as the preseason continue these guys, because they are new. That too. Just like in a game of basketball, when you put a bunch of new players around each other, they got to adapt. They have to learn each other's tendencies, and maybe they'll grow. Rod Marinelli, man, I just have nothing but the utmost faith and respect for that man. So I know he's gonna get the job done. Now, to talk about the Hall of Fame game, guys, I want to bring in a good friend of mine. It was pre-recorded because I couldn't get him on live because of my schedule and his schedule. Very busy guy, but Ben Shutter, he is the host of BS3 Sports Show out of Dallas. He's gonna give you guys his thoughts. He's also a host of a show called The Weekend Wrap Up and FCD Talk Podcast, talking about FC Dallas and the Dallas Stars. So, very credible guy, very awesome guy. I'm going to go ahead and play his soundbite of what he thought about the Hall of Fame game.
Hey, what's up? This is Ben from the BS3 Sports Show, and I wanted to talk about this Cowboys win over the Cardinals in the Hall of Fame game. You got most of the stars sitting. You got most of the starters out, but there was a lot of key things that I've seen in this game. Number one, Rod Smith. Rod Smith, playing at running back, had a pretty good game. You know, the way he came out, he was able to get some rushing yards. He showed that he could be the backup. Darren McFadden wasn't really in the game for that long, which I don't know if that means because he already has that backup job sewed up. But Rod Smith really showed something for me. Also, he had 18 carries, 64 yards. Also, you know, you look at another guy that pointed out, Bryce Butler. Bryce Butler with a couple of good catches. We already knew what he had, 2 receptions, 78 yards, but he is someone to definitely, again, be on the lookout for. To me, the biggest question mark was probably the secondary. There were some issues there. Blaine Gabbert just seemed to pick us apart. But the only thing I have to say about that is this team is new together. The secondary is new. It's not like they've been a group of guys playing together for a long time. So I'm going to give them a pass on that for now. Alfred Morris has still got it. Big congratulations to Rico Gathers with his first touchdown. To me, that was exciting to see that. A guy that he's played football, but it's been since high school. So for him to be able to come in, that's definitely going to be a mixed match issue. Also, Cooper Rush or Kellen Moore. I'm not a Kellen Moore fan. He looks like a short kid that is getting an opportunity to play football. That's basically what it looks like. He looks like a 15-year-old. Hey, guys, I get to play quarterback today. That's what it looks like. Cooper Rush, he came in with 9 for 18, only for 87 yards, threw a touchdown, didn't throw any interceptions. He's a young guy, but I want to see more. I want to see more from Cooper Rush. I'm going to say it again. I don't like Kellen Moore as a backup. I think he will probably get injured. Cooper Rush has some more height. So I want to see more from Cooper Rush. I'm pretty excited about what he can maybe bring to this backup quarterback position. Also, I wanted to point out Rod Marinelli was not happy with Taco Charlton. He said he needs to look at the tape, but it wasn't good enough. I don't know. It's the first preseason game, so I'm going to give Taco a pass. And then Anthony Brown suffers a hamstring.